Um, okay, welcome to our 14th episode. I'm Renee,
Good morning. I'm Lisa Marie.
and with us we have.
Stine?
Oh, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you too.
Where are you from?
I'm from Denmark in a little
Yay!
town called Aalborg.
I know that one.
I've
Yeah,
been there.
Yeah,
have you been there?
Oh, yes.
yeah,
Perfect.
I love Denmark. It's probably one of the most beautiful countries I've ever been to.
I agree.
yeah. I grew up in Denmark for 40 years before I decided to take on the world. So
where are you from, Rene?
I'm from Jørgen.
Yeah, oh, it's close. Yeah,
It's very close.
yeah.
Like I said, yeah, I know Aalborg very well. I used to work in Aalborg,
Okay.
um, and yeah, I've gotten drunk a lot of times in Jomfruenegade.
Yeah. In Denmark, there's a little bit fun about Nordjylland because
Yeah,
almost every ultra runners is from here, so it's a little bit
I've been
funny.
noticed that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I know my wife have reached out to a couple of guys as well.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So we'll see if they respond back. But
perfect.
They don't do what you do, though. I think they're in the 100 milers.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
I
yeah,
love the 6 day. And I've been watching.
mm,
yeah, yeah. It was a little bit extraordinary because it was in Åbybro, and I ran for
yeah.
6 days around a field, around a lake, and there was 1 kilometers around the lake. So I ran again and again and again, and it was
Oh, we
filmed
love it.
by TV2 North. It's a TV production, and everybody could see every minute of my 6 days race. So it was very fun, but it was also very hard because everybody could
Yeah,
see if I was mad or happy or tired, or I looked really bad in many hours. But got a big success. There was 2.2 million people who have followed from 22 different countries,
that's
and
nice.
yeah, and we collected money for sick children, and we collected almost in euro. It was 100,000 euros.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's about $100.
Wow.
Yeah,
yeah,
good. Yeah,
yeah. Just by running around a lake.
yeah, yeah. We've done a couple of 6 days ourselves, and
Yeah.
it gets boring really quickly.
Yeah, when we started, the first thing I thought was, okay, you have to run here in 144 hours, and I
Yeah,
always started crying.
yeah.
Well, the thing about loops is, eventually you start picking out spots, and then your brain says, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
Almost there.
exactly.
almost there.
Yeah, yeah.
You're never
Yeah,
there.
Only 500 loops more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
something like that.
But the funny
Okay.
thing by running, in Åbybro was that there was a lot of children who also was running along the race, and there was 13, 14 years old boys who had run 100 kilometers in the 6 days because they came after school and after football and in the morning. So I was really impressed how you can get children to run just because
Yeah.
they think it's funny. And I think that we got a lot of new ultra runners by this event.
And they probably wanted to be on TV as well.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Because they was waving. My mom is looking, and my grandmother is looking. So they thought it was really
Yeah,
funny to be watched.
of course. Of
Yeah,
course. Well, I mean, I would do the same thing.
yeah. And because it was such a big thing, we got the police and the firemen and different people to come and run with me because they thought it was so funny to be a part of.
Yeah.
What's
I
funny was his mom was watching,
Oh yeah, she was
and
watching. She was
Yeah.
keeping me up to date with everything.
she realized she calls him up and she's like, "You run a long distance."
Yeah. She understand how hard it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
think she may have thought he ran marathons and
yeah,
understood that
yeah.
it's not a marathon.
yeah.
No, no.
It's a little bit
It's worse.
longer.
It's worse.
It's a little bit
Yeah.
longer. Okay. So let's get to the race you picked. So you can't tell us what it is. And if you pick the race in Denmark, we probably won't recognize it.
Yeah,
Um,
I might.
you might.
yeah.
You follow these things more than I do
Yeah,
because there's only so many hours in the day, and
yeah.
sometimes I have
There's
to go
so
to
many
work.
good races in the world.
There is,
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
yes.
and
yeah.
all over the place. Yeah,
And I have two different races that is so hard to pick between. So it's like picking your children. Which children do you like best?
yes,
but
it is.
but
I
it's
get that.
because they are so crazy, both Badwater and
Hmm.
Spartathlon. I have both run
Yes,
them, and they are so crazy hard and amazing and
yeah,
beautiful and scary, and yeah.
yeah. I would definitely know that bad water is
Have you run that?
probably a scary. No,
No.
no, we don't. We don't. We were thinking about it a few years ago,
Yeah,
but then no, we trail runners. We don't do road running.
yeah. There's
Yeah.
a lot of ups and downs in Badwater, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
you can just run aside the road.
you can do that. Yeah,
I can just watch people's live feed. I feel like I'm there.
Yeah. It's so crazy because there's nothing to see. The first 100 kilometers you just ran, and the first thing you saw after 100 kilometers was a place you can put gas on and buy ice cream. And I just ran and ran and ran, and the only thing I was thinking about was getting a ice.
of course.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a brutal race.
yeah. And in
With
the
the heat.
night, there's just black everywhere, and you can see stars. And I saw three shooting stars, and every time
Yeah,
I just wished to do this race because it was so hard, and I was so much in doubt that I could do it.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. It's the people we know that's done it. That's some of them say, "Oh, I'll go back and do it again," and one of them said, "Nope, once enough."
Yeah. Yeah. After
So
I said I will never do it again, never, 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 and now I'm just thinking, when can I do it again?
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so the race you've picked, how long did it take you to run?
so the Spartathlon, sorry, the Badwater, it took 43, 33, 34 timer, hvad er det?
34 hours.
Yes. It's so good that you can Danish also. I'm so happy. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that is not a problem at all.
yeah. I'm so lucky.
Okay,
So it was a long time, but nothing compared to what I else have run.
I think 34 hours is pretty good for bad water.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's 135 miles, so that's about 210 kilometers, I believe.
yeah. And
Yeah,
I think it's so much harder because you come from Denmark, and there's never hot and almost cold, and we have only had a week, to adjust the
yeah,
heat. If I should do it again, I have to come earlier because
yeah,
after a week you can't adjust the heat.
yeah.
Yeah.
But then you get to the ending where you end up in almost 3,000 meters
Ye-
elevation, right?
Yeah,
And all this
exactly.
in
Mount
there at the
Whitney,
end.
the
Yeah,
mountain is called.
yeah. It's got everything. It's
Yeah,
got the heat and the elevation. Yeah.
yeah, and just
Uh,
up, 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 up.
so travel time, that has to be a lot.
Yeah, from Denmark.
Yeah,
Yeah. We traveled almost a whole day to come to LA.
right. And then
Yeah,
now to death. Yeah.
yeah. And
So what are we giving
afterwards we
that?
drove to hvad hedder det? Lone Pine, and we
Yeah,
stayed in Lone Pine for a few days. Lone Pine is really exciting because it's like an old Western movie. It's where John Wayne is from. So everything
yeah,
seems like we was in a Western. So it was so funny to
right.
be there. And people had hats and boots and
Yeah,
normal jeans on, and we were always dying, and we just kept in the shadow all the time, and they just lived a normal life there. Yeah, I
yeah,
was so impressed.
yeah. I remember the first time I visited California. It was 26 degrees Celsius, and then a guy said, "Oh, his wife was already wearing sweaters, and I was just then in t-shirt and shorts." And I said, "It's
Yeah.
very hot." Okay, so I guess it's about 2 full days, 48 hours of traveling.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Hmm.
So it's a long
Okay.
time. And I
Yeah.
had my whole family with. Every time we're out to races, it's me and my husband, and so our two children, Emma and Emil. They are 13 years old now. They're twins. So every
Yeah.
time we are going somewhere special, they are always with. So both my children really want to go to Badwater again, but it's
Of course
because
they.
they want to go to LA.
Of
Yeah.
course. They want to go to Disneyland.
Yeah, and what's the other place called? Universal
Universal.
Studios.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so how much was the race fee? I
Oh,
know I know
I
that's a
I
quite
think it wasn't not special expensive. It was everything else, the flight tickets to the place, staying in
yeah,
LA. It was really it cost a lot of money. Booking a car, staying in Lone Pine, driving your front and back. So if we have to do it again, we have to save a lot of money to do it. I think that,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. In Danish, we
So they
used 100,000. I don't know what.
oof,
Yeah, yeah, you know what it is in euro or
you
in
know what it is.
yeah,
We're talking kronas, right?
yeah, yeah,
100,000
exactly.
kroner. That's
Yeah,
about 14,000 US dollars.
yeah. But
Wow.
it's because we
Yeah.
have to go everybody, me and my husband
Yeah.
and my two children and grandma.
Yeah. So that's a lot.
Yeah,
That is a lot.
but I will never
So
forget it. So it's also to remember. It's a moment for life.
it
Yeah.
is. It
Yeah,
is. It's definitely an experience.
yeah.
Okay, so we know that it is a fixed distance. So we know the finishing time, 34 hours. What was your goal time? What time did you expect to finish this in?
This was a race that the most important for me was to finish it. It was not to run fast, but we have used so many hours, for
Yeah,
coming to the race. So the most important for me was not to yeah, it was to finish the race, because I would be so sad if we were there and I hadn't completed it. So I
yeah,
ran really slow uh, because I was afraid that the heat would get me.
Yeah. And you don't
yeah,
want that to happen.
Yeah, exactly. So I was really afraid of the heat because I have never tried anything like that. Um, and I have tried one time that in another race where I got overheated and dehydrated. So I
yeah,
was really, that's not gonna happen. I have to have a success with this race, and the most important was to finish it.
yeah. What's the cutoff time at Badwater? Is it 48 hours?
I think it's 48.
Yeah, I think so.
I can
Yeah.
look that up.
Okay.
I'm sure
So,
somebody's yelling at the podcast right now, going, "It's
of course they are.
48."
Yeah, yeah, it's not 48. I don't remember.
So, Okay, so taking all your scores and let's go. So I don't know if you've watched some of the recent podcasts we've done. So
Yeah, I
so
saw the one with
we-
Megan.
oh, you did
Meg.
that, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, so we broke down the result into three parts: the performance, ambition, and how aggressive you were.
Yeah.
So you did a pretty good score on that one. So your performance was 0.99, close to one,
Yeah.
because
Wow.
you did so well compared to your goal time,
Yeah.
which was to finish.
Yeah.
But because you said I just want to finish within the 48 hours, your ambition was absolutely zero. Even though I
Yeah.
think
Okay,
that is
nice. But
that
it's
is kind
also,
of unfair. Because,
next time I have another ambition.
yeah,
First time it was
yeah,
just to do it, and second time you
yeah.
just want to do it much better.
But I think with bad water, a race like bad water, just to finish is setting a pretty high goal.
That is,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But these are numbers, so it's all for fun. And you're pretty aggressive. You got a 0.88. That's pretty good. Um, so you set out really slow, and then you still ran it in 34 hours, which
Yeah.
is not slow at all.
That's not slow.
So so you did pretty well. Come
I'm not
with your
good at
travel experience.
hills. I'm best at
Yeah,
running just in plain roads. So when there's
yeah.
hills, I'm always the slow one.
So if you want to come to another race in the US
Yeah.
that's kind of flat, you should go and look at the race called the Cowboy 200.
Okay.
It's 200 miles through Nebraska, and it's got like, I don't know, in meters, it's about 700 meters of elevation.
Okay. Perfect. That's just me. Is it easy to find the road? Because I'm not very
Oh yeah,
good at uh,
this is straight. This is straight.
perfect.
One road.
Okay, I want to do that. That sounds really
yeah,
good. What
yeah,
was it? The
that
cowboy?
Cowboy 200.
Cowboy 200. Okay, I find that.
Yeah, yeah,
Are you
You
gonna
can
run
come
it
run it
too?
with us.
Yeah.
yeah.
Are you running it?
We're
Oh,
running it.
yes.
Yeah,
Okay,
If you
perfect.
really want to get crazy, we have a 10-day looped race here called 10 Days in the Dome.
Okay.
And you can just
Um.
go in a circle for 10 days.
on an
Oh,
indoor.
so not 6 days, but 10 days. Perfect.
10 days.
It sounds really hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We're still debating when we're going to
Yeah,
sign up.
I'm going to do it next year,
Oh,
Okay,
maybe.
perfect.
okay. That's decided then.
Yeah. So you're gonna do
Okay.
that. I'm going to the cowboy race.
Yeah, you should do that.
Yeah.
Yes,
We will
100%.
be there. We'll be
Yeah.
there.
Have you
So,
run the spectacular?
No
no,
No.
I hear about it a lot and I'm interested, but it's finding the time we're doing
time and the money.
and the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
the money.
Yeah. Yeah. It's also
yeah.
a great race because there's so much history combined
Yeah,
in it. Yeah.
yeah.
And you have to be a lot of days together with all the other runners, so you get a community and you learn
Mm,
to so many nice people to, yeah, how they are and their family and everything, so you get friends.
yeah.
That's the thing
I
about
think
ultra running. It's friends for life when you
Yeah,
meet people and
exactly. Yeah, people are so nice
it's like
nice in the ultra community.
they
that's because
are.
we're all crazy. And
Yeah, yeah, it's because we don't have any friends, so we have to have each other.
Yeah, exactly.
I was thinking that,
No one wants to hear about talk
you
Yeah,
about
said you had a
running.
set of twins. So I was thinking, well, there's other ways to get me time than to go run an ultra.
yeah, yeah.
You could just go to a spa.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. My boy, he ran when I ran the 6 days in Åbybro. He ran 90 kilometers.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah,
That's about
90 kilometer.
58
I think
miles.
90.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's
Yeah,
about 57, 58 miles. That's
yeah,
good.
yeah. So I already had
Almost
a ultra
100K.
runner boy.
Did you tell him to just do 10 more laps and get 100K?
Yeah, exactly. And he will do that. I didn't understand, but it was something about he was tired and he couldn't feel his legs
Oh,
and so on.
I've never heard that before.
Never. Don't know what that is.
Exactly.
So, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about your race and get some particulars about it. So, I know that the aid stations are mobile, so it's in a vehicle.
Yeah.
But how would you rate your aid station?
So I think it was really nice because my husband was with me all the time because he was in the van. So you can always he was out every 4 kilometers and giving me some water, and every
Yeah,
time you got new water, the old water was hot. So
yeah,
I enjoyed that it was possible to have one. If I should do it again, I really wanted somebody to follow me behind and push water at me. I saw some of the good people having that, and that I want next time.
yeah.
Someone to throw ice at you.
Yeah,
So,
exactly,
so,
exactly. Yeah. And
so we're gonna
so
give that a 10.
the thing with Badwater is there is no different because it's the same all the way. You don't have anything to look forward to like Spartathlon. You just enjoy that come up in a village and there's people dancing and playing music. Here just run straight out all the time, and it's the same thing you see all the time. But that's also incredible, I think.
Yeah, yeah. That's a different kind of excitement
Yeah.
for that.
When I think of Badwater, just to throw a little something in here, we've ran a lot of Asian races.
Yeah.
And when it gets hot, they have hats like this, but they
Yeah.
have an umbrella on top.
Yeah.
And I always wonder how come someone, from Badwater, maybe they should put one of those on in
I think it's the wind.
the wind. Is it
Mhm.
windy in
I
Badwater?
don't remember. Maybe, but it's like
She's
it's
just
like
like, Renee, it's
a
hot.
hair dryer. When you fix your hair and
Uh-huh.
the heat from that, it feels like that all the time.
Yeah,
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
and you want to run
I
it
just
again.
remember. Yeah, I
Yeah.
just remember that both Shane and Joshua Holmes, they showed video of how they could barely stand on their legs at the aid station because of the wind in the
Yeah.
beginning of the race.
Okay,
Yeah.
crazy. Okay,
So,
there was not that much when I ran.
oh,
There was a record of the heat. It was, or I say it in Danish. You have to do it in your 55 grader.
okay. So
Uh,
that's about 140 degrees.
no.
yes, yeah, we were so lucky because if you have to run it, you have to run it when there is a lot of heat.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah.
It doesn't get that hot in Denmark, so I know that you had to have some suffering there.
yeah, exactly, exactly. I was training in sauna.
Yeah.
So everybody else was lying and enjoying it, and I just jumped and ran around in a circle in the sauna.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to do that over here as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Especially the people from the East Coast because they don't get those kind of temperatures either.
Yeah,
So,
I can
so they
understand
all,
that. But I think
Okay,
that heat
so
training is a really good thing.
it
yeah.
is.
If
Yeah.
you can just do it, I don't like it, but I after Badwater, I was sure that it was one of the best thing I have done for getting in the best shape ever.
Yeah.
So, um, the next question we have is your fun factor. Did you have fun, and how would you rate that?
Um, no, I didn't have fun at all. It was
So,
it was a terrible race. I didn't laugh any time because I thought I was thinking I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. But I don't know why this so it's that crazy thing that and why can you so say it was an amazing race? It's just because it was so crazy and you are so proud that you did it, and it's
mhm.
a memory forever because you never have tried anything like it. At my
So,
6 days race in Obibo, I laughed a lot on almost every time, but here I didn't laugh at all.
oh, but so one thing is during the race. Now, after it was over, and and you kind of step back and think back of it. Was it more fun thinking back of it, or
Yeah.
was it still no? Okay.
I remembered all the stars and everything that was so
Yeah.
magic about it, and running just me, and there was nothing. And yeah, I've never been at a place like that before, so it's things like that that makes it amazing. But I didn't laugh at all. I didn't
Okay.
even have any friends to talk to because yeah, you just run just me.
Yeah. So I guess we'll give the fun factor 5, or
Yeah, or
is it lower
4.
than 4? Okay, we give it a 4.
But my husband had a lot. My husband laughed
Of course he did.
a lot. There were so
So did
many
he enjoy
amazing
the
people.
section where he's not allowed?
Yeah, he was driving the
Did
race
he enjoy
car,
the?
the support car. Yeah, and he had a lot of friends,
Yeah.
other supporters. So I heard that they laughed a lot and had fun.
They probably were laughing at you.
Yeah, yeah. Look at
So I
her.
know there's a section. I know there's a section on Badwater where you're not allowed to have the aircon on. I
Yeah,
guarantee you, they probably
They weren't
they,
laughing
they weren't
then.
laughing
yeah.
then.
Perfect, perfect.
And here's a little suffer zone for you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So there probably weren't any trail markings, just follow the road
yeah.
forward.
It was
Or were
easy
there
because it just was right.
One.
Run
so
road.
that how run road. So did you run on the white line?
Yeah, because I had
Yeah.
told that it was the best for the shoes, but my shoes was getting, like the rubber was clistered to the road. What's
Yeah,
it
they
called
just
on it?
stuck to the road.
Yeah, stuck to the
Started
road. Yeah,
melting. Yeah.
and I just got a lot of good pictures where you could see that. I thought it was okay. Maybe I laughed a little bit there.
Yes. Don't forget to send some of those pictures from the race.
Yes.
Yeah,
We'd love to put them
exactly.
up.
Yeah,
Okay, so weather.
How was the weather?
it was a little bit hot.
And how would you rate that heat?
uh, Terrible, absolute terrible. It was when we
Okay, we'll
started
give it.
running. It was in the evening, at 11 o'clock, and it was really hot there. It was in Danish 36 grader.
Yeah,
What's
so it's
that
about
in
90 degrees.
yours? Yeah,
That's 90
and
degrees.
I said to my husband, I don't think I'm gonna do this, and he laughed and said, Yes, you will. And I started to run, and it was okay in the start because there was no sun, but when the sun came, it was terrible, absolute terrible. Don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
So I guess we'll give the weather like a 3 or a 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
And did you have any pacers?
No, not at this race. The
Okay.
Pacers is the one who ran behind you, right?
Or in front of
Or in
you.
front?
Yeah, no.
I'm not sure they could
I
be.
tried to
Or they
get my
can only be
husband to
behind
do it, but he didn't want to.
He's like,
you.
no.
You want to stay in the car and laugh.
Yeah.
So so he was your crew
Yeah,
along
and
with your
then I had
twin.
two other friends who was with also, but they lived in USA, so they just anything about ultra running, but they were really nice to help.
So they were laughing too.
Yeah, exactly. They were laughing and enjoying themselves.
All right. We will
So
give your husband a 10 for crewing.
Yeah, yeah.
I think you should give him a
He
9 because he was laughing.
Yeah, but
You should give him
he
11.
always is a really happy and a really nice person, and he makes a good energy for every runners. So he's
Yeah.
a thin because he also cheering for the ones behind and in front.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
So, did you have any blisters, chafing, gut issues?
Uh, yeah, I got a lot of sun. Yeah. I
Okay.
use
Sunburn.
sunscreen, but yeah, I was very brown in many months afterwards. So it was good. But else,
And
no.
everyone
My
is,
feet were there was nothing with the feet or anything.
Oh,
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 wow.
Yeah.
so just sunburn.
But
Wow, that's
I
good.
have been running a lot of ultra runnings, so I have no nails on my feet anymore. So
No, we
that
neither. No,
helps. Yeah. Do you have nails?
no.
No,
No.
Well, I got 10 new nails, but they're all coming off again.
Yeah, exactly,
mine are
exactly.
refusing to grow. I have
Yeah.
actually
So
painted the little
it's
nubs
dog
black.
nails. Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, don't
Yeah.
have nails.
Yeah.
Or like I say to my female colleagues, don't go into ultra running if you like to have pretty nails on your feet.
Exactly.
A lot of the
Exactly.
men over here, they'll allow their daughters to paint their nails.
Yeah.
So you'll
Yeah.
see the guys show up with their daughters painting their nails like green and blue,
Yeah.
and I was okay.
Yeah. We can do that.
Yeah. So I guess you didn't. Did you sleep at any time?
Did you
No.
have any
No. No.
naps on the
No. No.
trail? So you
No.
stayed up the whole time.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow.
Did you fall at all, or
No, I don't remember falling. One time I fall asleep when I was running, but
Oh yeah.
okay?
yeah, it was just for a few seconds, and then thought, okay, that was fun. I never thought that you can run and sleep.
Yeah, he's
That-
finding that out now.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
I've done that
yeah,
several times. But
yeah.
yeah.
It's a little bit
And
funny, right? Because you don't know how long time you have been running in before you fell asleep.
no, and then sometimes I, especially when we do the 6 day races.
Yeah,
So I know there's been a curve. I know there's been a turn,
yeah.
but I don't remember it.
Okay,
It's just,
crazy. Yeah, after my six
um,
days race, every time I fell asleep at home afterwards, I just woke up like a nightmare because I was afraid that I still was on the court. So of course, phew, I wasn't there. So
yeah,
it was really hard the days after.
yeah.
He runs in his sleep like a
I
we'll leave a 6 day, and the next thing you know, I'm being kicked in bed, and he's running.
my legs are still moving.
So
So
how is your mental state?
uh, at Badwater or at general.
no bad water
Yeah,
during the race.
it was good. I had control all over the race all the time. There's nothing. I wasn't afraid to do it. I had prices, but I think it was, that my goals was to do it, because if my goal has to be under
Yeah,
30 hours, it has been another thing.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
And you
Yes.
had a good crew right there, so
yeah, exactly.
you
Yeah,
could always just
yeah,
All right.
hallucinations. Oh, please tell me you have hallucinations.
yeah, but not at that race. I have tried it
Oh,
in another race where I have run and talked to my best friend in
yeah.
Mhm.
several hours, and we had laughed and we had so much fun. Yeah, and one
But
time
they weren't
she
there.
also was in the trees, and I thought it was such a nice thing that she had run up and just cheering for me in the trees.
You know, you have to go run this again now because you didn't have hallucinations.
You need to get
I am
hallucinations.
so
No,
willing to go run with you so you have them.
okay,
We'll
we do it
be
together.
part of your crew.
Have you tried
We'll join
release?
your husband.
Sorry?
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah,
I said we'll join your husband as part of your crew.
Oh
Yeah.
no, I'll go
yeah.
run with you to make sure
Oh,
you have hallucinations.
Oh, thank
I'll
you.
go
you
suffer.
can pay. Yeah, you can pay for it. Yeah, we've had plenty of
Great.
hallucinations. I never forget my first ones. They were terrible. I've never had it before, so the first time it happened, it was just like, damn, this is weird.
It
It
was
was
But
really
weird.
funny. He
I
starts speaking in Danish, and
yeah, I
I'm
started
just
speaking Danish.
everyone around him's looking at like, what is wrong with this guy?
What do you say?
Like, just go with it.
You remember
I
what you
have
were
no idea
saying?
what I said. I thought
Okay.
I thought I was
What?
speaking in English, but apparently I was speaking in Danish. So yeah, I got hooked on that. It was like I've never been high, but I imagine that's what it's being high, but without the
Yeah,
drugs.
exactly, exactly. It, and I knew that it was a hallucination, uh, but I had them that I just pretended that it was for real.
Yeah,
It was
Mhm.
nice.
yeah. The race. So with the description of the race, did that match how the race actually was? Um,
Yeah.
did you feel that
Um,
you knew what you're getting into?
it was really professional, arranged.
Yeah.
It's called race director. What's his name? Oh, he's really
Oh,
nice.
Chris,
Chris.
Yeah, Chris. Yeah,
Chris Costman.
yeah, exactly. He was so nice and really. He had everything under control. Being from Denmark, he loves Denmark also.
Oh, oh, really?
So it was a good
I
thing.
didn't.
Yes. So
Yeah,
maybe it's good. Yeah.
maybe.
And
Yeah,
Yeah.
he,
I think this
yeah,
will be great
yeah, yeah.
He did not
I
like
knew.
my application.
Yeah. And everything
That's
was there totally control over all. There was nothing missing or the on what's called in English, the place where you
race
get
station.
food and drinks. There was a lot of everything and so many supporters to help him all the time. So
Yeah,
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 I will give it a 10.
good. Um, so when about the swag, medal, buckle, T-shirt, was it good? Was it worth it?
You can use it in Denmark. Vel, René, if people saw you with a belt buckle, it would be a little
Oh,
bit crazy in Denmark. So I
yeah,
just
they wouldn't
keep it and
understand.
look at it and think it was really nice. But I got the T-shirts and all the other stuff, and my husband used the T-shirts all the time, so people think it's him. Yeah, so he
Yeah,
loves it.
of course. I would give it a 9.
Yeah,
Okay, so so for that part on the fun things, you got an average score of 7.8 out of 10. That's good. And
I
your
love to
overall
win.
score,
Don't
the-
we all?
Yeah,
and your overall score was 0.68, which is right in the middle, if I'm not
perfect.
mistaken.
So I didn't win.
Yeah. Well, we haven't decided whether you get a prize at the end of the year for either having the highest score or the lowest score, or if
Oh,
we're just going to pick it, or if we're just going to pick a name random out of a hat.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. You see what best for you.
We'll figure that out
Yeah.
eventually. So let's
We do know what the prize is going to be, though.
yeah. Oh, you're pretty up high. I think you're going to go in at fifth or sixth position.
We're right there next to Megan.
Yeah, yeah, you're going to be
Right.
right there with Megan. Yeah,
That's
Have
an
you met
honor.
her?
I followed her in her 6 days race.
yeah,
So when you see people, you know that they are nice, and she seems so nice, and her husband seems so nice. I think her husband uh, is a little bit like my husband. So
yeah,
I was smiling a lot, and I was hoping that she broke the world record. I had the record before. Um,
yeah.
from Obibro. So, but I think that she was so cool. Yeah. And she
She's
was
yeah,
smiling
she's very
almost all
nice.
the time. She looks like she had fun.
Yes, she
Yeah.
does. Yeah, yeah. She's a very nice person, and we
Yeah.
talked about we could be fun, to have both of you on at the same time
Yeah,
and talk about your world records.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
She's
if you would be
gonna
up for
run
that.
Badwater now. I saw.
Yeah, she
Yeah,
is.
I didn't know that.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
I saw that.
yeah. So
Now
yeah,
we're going to talk into coming to the cowboy as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah, exactly. I'm looking forward to that.
yeah. It's a very nice race. It's kind of boring because Nebraska is flat.
Yeah,
Um,
but it's good for
but
me because I'm not good at the hills.
right,
Yeah,
so it's all in one long trail. You just follow that.
it's
Um,
perfect. I'm gonna
And it
run.
ends at the Cub.
I'm gonna run the World Championship in 10 days in Poland. It's
okay.
48 hours. You also run in the same loop again and again. Yeah. So I'm used to boring things.
Yeah.
So unfortunately, we had some technical difficulties, and the interview kind of ended short. But we will have her back along with Megan and listen to two world record holders talking about their experience with these amazing events and setting these incredible records. Yeah, we'll see you on the next episode.